So the first concept in the before unit is to understand what we mean by bankable results. A bankable result is when you generate a lead and you convert the lead to an appointment, the appointment to a contract, the contract to a closing, and throughout the entire process you're generating referrals. So when I refer to bankable results, the bankable results that you generate in the before unit is leads converted to appointments. So let's look at what are the 3 key principles to generating bankable results in your before unit. The goal of the before unit is to get a 15-to-1 return on your money. So a good question to ask yourself is, what's the return you're getting on your money now? For every dollar that you spend in advertising, marketing, promotion, that would be any mailings, any internet strategy, any type of promotional campaign with radio, newspaper, anything like that. For every dollar you spend, do you know how many dollars you're getting in return? Well, there are 3 specific things that you must do if you want to get a 15-to-1 return on your money. So the first one is called only invest in what will get a predictable result. Now, what I mean by predictable, it's consistent, it's reliable. For example, I was in Las Vegas and I was looking through this casino one day and I noticed this older woman sitting next to a slot machine putting money into the slot machine. And she had a cigarette and she's sitting there and she's playing and playing. And I was kind of amazed at the intention that she had on this slot machine, just pouring money in, pouring money in. And I walked away, went and got a sandwich, came back about 20 minutes later, and to my amazement, she was still sitting there putting the money into the slot machine. And I thought to myself, it's very much like real estate in the mortgage business, that we get into the business, we have a cup of coins, we decide that we're going to put money into our business. And it's a gamble. Okay, I'm going to try that ad. That didn't work. I'm going to do a little internet marketing. Oh, that didn't work. I'm going to do a little mailing program. That didn't work. And we continually pour money into our business, and it's a gamble. There's nothing predictable about that. And then something happens. I don't know what it is. You put a coin in and boom, ding, 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 and this money comes out. And it sounds like you've won thousands and thousands of dollars, but when you count up your coins, there's maybe 6 or 7. And everybody in the office is all excited. Oh, you did a deal, you did a deal. And the truth is you got 6 or 7 or 8 coins back, but you got 8 or 9,000 in there. And you're not ahead, you're way behind. And what you're doing is you're investing your time and your energy into a system that is unpredictable. The corollary to that would be looking at your business more like a vending machine. A vending machine like a Coke machine. If you went up to a Coke machine, you'd see Coke, Diet Coke, maybe Mountain Dew or some water. And you come up to that Coke machine, you go, okay, I'm going to pick one of those. And you take your money out and you put it in, and you know it's going to give you what you ask for. It's very predictable. So as I stand in front of that Coke machine, I say, you know, I'm going to have a Diet Coke. And I press Diet Coke, and the Diet Coke comes out. I'm not saying to myself, oh, come on, I hope I get Diet Coke. You know, I'm not wishing for that, because I know with certainty when I hit Diet Coke, that's what's coming out as Diet Coke. And that's what I want to show you how to do, is set your before unit up like a vending machine. So my first request is that you no longer spend money on anything that is not predictable. So the next time somebody comes into your office and they want to have you invest in a full-page ad or an internet strategy or a mailing program, the question you ask is, can you guarantee me a 15-to-1 return on my money? And if they can't guarantee you a 15-to-1 return on your money, then I would suggest that you do not make that investment. You only want to invest in things that give you a predictable, consistent, reliable result. So that's the first principle. The second principle is target markets. Now, just like the vending machine, you've got Coke, Diet Coke, Mountain Dew, and water. In your business, you have 4 specific target markets. You've got first-time home buyers, you've got people moving up, you got people buying their trophy home, and then you have people who are moving down. Now that makes up 80% of all the real estate transactions. Now, sure, there's investment properties, there are vacation homes, but when you're building a system, you want to build a system that gives you consistent, predictable leads so you can convert them to appointments. And the easiest groups to target are first-time home buyers, people who are moving up, people who are moving into their dream home, or people who are moving down. So it's time to be decisive in nature right now. You can only pick one. It's like when you go to the vending machine, you can't hit Coke and Diet Coke at the same time. What you do is you just pick one at a time. You have to be decisive with a good attitude, say, I'm going for it. And you hit the Diet Coke, and the Diet Coke comes out. So the first thing I'd ask you to do right now is just make a decision what target market you want to go after. Now, in our 3-day training, what we'll do is we'll teach you how to approach all 3 of those when you're building your marketing campaign. So you could actually have 4 campaigns. You could have a first-time home buyer campaign, you could have a move up, you could have a trophy, you could have a move down, working simultaneously. But for this training, I only want you to focus on one group. So when I show you the next point, you'll be able to apply your thinking to that one target market that you want to approach right now. So make a decision. Which one are you going to pick? Now that you've picked your target market, the third point is eliminate the competition. That's right, eliminate the competition. Funny thing in the real estate and the mortgage world is we think we work as one team. Well, the truth is you are competing with everybody in your office. I don't know where you're watching this video, but if you can look around and you can see any other agents or any other lenders in your office, that's the competition, and we want to learn how to eliminate them. Now, the easiest way to do that is to apply this real simple strategy of going upstream in your marketing. Now, what I mean by that is what most real estate agents and lenders do is they prospect downstream. What they do is they go down to the big lake where all the other realtors and lenders are. So when somebody calls off of your ad and they say, hey, what's your rate? Or I saw a sign, what's the price? What that means is that particular prospect is probably talking to other real estate agents and lenders. And why is that so? Well, because everyone is fishing in that same pond. For example, I was doing some training for a large real estate company up in Northern California. And the owner, broker manager, asked me to evaluate their strategy for lead generating. And so I asked them to show me where they're spending most of their money in marketing, advertising, and promotion. What they showed me was a local Homes, Lands magazine, or one of these magazines where all of the agents in the entire area are publishing their material. I said, that's fascinating. And as we looked through it, what we found, out of their 400 agents in their office, 26 of those agents had a full-page ad in this magazine. And I asked this fellow, I said, who are they targeting? And the answer was pretty obvious. They are all looking for the same prospect. And what I pointed out to him is that it's likely that one prospect could call one agent in the office and then a couple of pages later call another agent in the office, and a couple of pages later call another agent in the office, and they're all spending the money to attract the same person. And what that means to me is they're all down here at the lake saying, hey, over here, call me, call me. And what we teach is the easiest way to eliminate the competition is go upstream and make contact with that prospect before they're in that big pool where all the other agents and lenders are there. So let me show you how to do that. So the first step is pick your target. And in this example, we're going to work with first-time home buyers. And I'm going to show you a very specific campaign that Todd Welsh from Salina, Kansas used after he learned the principle of going upstream. And it starts out with picking your target. And so I want you to imagine that you're going to focus on first-time home buyers. Where are those first-time home buyers right now? That's right, they're probably living in apartment complexes somewhere near you. Now, I imagine if you, like me, know that there are many people who are paying an amount of rent that is equivalent to what they would pay if they owned a home, especially in today's market, where some homes are 25 to 30% less than what they were a few years ago. Many people are paying $1,500 to $2,000 a month in rent, could own a home for $1,500 to $2,000 a month. So I want you to imagine where that apartment complex is right now. So what Todd did was he looked out in the marketplace and he found an apartment complex called Oak Ridge. And he says, okay, out of these 800 people who live in Oak Ridge, in the old world, maybe half of them were qualified to buy a home. They had enough of a FICO score, they had enough money, if no money for a down payment. They had the qualifications to get a loan and buy the home. However, in this new market, this new world, more than 70% of them probably are no longer qualified. There's only about 30%. So what we're looking at is this apartment complex, and we're saying, okay, who are the 30, maybe 25% of the people who live in that apartment complex that have the FICO score, that have the credit history, that have the job, and they're able to qualify to get a loan for today. So we go in with that mindset that we're only looking for 25 to 30% of the people to figuratively raise their hand and say, hey, I'm one of the people who would be qualified to own a home. Now, how do we get our message into that market? So let me show you a tool that we've invented. It's called the Ugly Yellow Postcard.
postcard. And I say ugly yellow because that's exactly what color it is. It's pattern interrupt yellow. And what we've discovered is this color postcard is the easiest to read, the easiest on the retina. And it also has a psychological barrier to it that says yield, slow down, take my time. And I love this size because when it comes in the mail, it slips out. It's a slip card and is easily read on the way to the garbage can. Now remember, what we're looking for when a person receives this is who are the 20, maybe 30% of people who live in the apartment complex that this message is talking to. So let me share the message with you, listen to these words, and then see how you could apply this in your marketplace.